This comes from Armin. How? And he asks, what do you think would be a cool overworld mini-boss for the next Zelda game? Similar to like how Hinox's and others were in Breath of the Wild. So in
okay, mini-bosses.
We got like Dark Knight. Yes, that would be cool to see them around like Castletown ruins, that kind of place. Yeah, in Breath of the Wild we got Molduga, we got Stone Talus, Hinox.
So who
That
was
was it.
But you know.
Who's the guy in Twilight Princess that you get the ball and chain from?
Oh, Dark Hammer.
Yeah.
It's called the Dark Hammer. He does not have a hammer. So
like, there's the different variations of the Dark Knights. So like the Dark Knights, the Dark Hammer. There's a couple of others from other Zelda games. So like, if there were different variations of them, like sometimes you come across them with the big sword, like the Dark Nuts. Sometimes you come across them with like the big chain, ball and chain. And then maybe they could even have other weapons as well. Like maybe there's some that are just like really good archers.
Yeah, we do see with the Lynels that they have different weapon variations. There's the spears, swords, that giant club, etc. So yeah, it's feasible.
All right.
Yes.
So that's
I would
my
like.
pick.
Okay, sorry, Jesse. You go ahead.
No, I was saying that was my pick.
Speak the words. Okay, I would like to see.
Oh.
What? No, Holly. Go, Holly!
I was saying, like, for example, like, to do something if we had more Breath of the Wild coming or whatever. There's no bosses, mini sub-bosses, whatever, that are in the water. Like, right? We got rock, we got land, we got the Lynels are on land, Stone Taluses are on land, Molduga is, like, in the sand.
Yep, sand, and land.
Sand, and land. It'd be cool if we had, like...
No.
Giant the big Octos from when
okay,
giant
Octo
you can do that.
That'd be cool. Yes. Or something in the water.
So
something like if you're battling, like, or no, if you're sailing on your little shitty rafts and like this monster just like comes out of the water, you're like, oh crap!
So I'm okay with the giant Octo Rocks, but Morphil from Twilight Princess, the Water Temple boss, legitimately terrifies me.
Oh, really? He's like the Sarlacc
today.
Star Wars.
The giant, like if you think of being underwater and this insanely huge creature is just swimming around underwater. It, like, there was artwork someone made of Link, like, standing on the beach, and then off in the distance was, like, a different variation of Morphil.
Yeah.
And it was the most terrifying thing that I've ever seen. Like, you see artwork of, like, the dead hands from the bottom of the wells.
Freak me out. That's, like, my childhood nightmares.
Yeah, so, like, that's, like, a 1 on a scale of 1 through 10, and then Morphil's, like, a 12.
Ooh.
So... But that's just me. Like, it's legitimately terrifying. In the same way, the Stone Tower Temple bosses, where there's the 2 giant sandworms.
Yeah.
Which is, like, essentially Molduga.
Twin molds.
Yeah, twin molds. Molduga, different variations of the same boss, but they terrified me when you aren't playing as giant Link.
Zelda.
Because, like, they're the same thing, but they're just in sand. It's like the thought of being underwater with them. So, like, if you're playing Breath of the Wild and, like, you're trying to get to Eventide Island, and then you just see, like, the giant shadow of a creature swimming around you.
Like, underneath you.
That's scary.
Yeah.
But that's good. Man, did you ever play Resident Evil 4?
Nope.
Jesse, there's like one part where you go out in a lake, and then there's a giant monster like that in the lake. And it, like, gets caught on a rope in your boat that you're in. And it's, like, this little canoe, and it's just, like, dragging you around the water. And it's, like, one of the most scary but, like, hardest parts of that game. It's great.
Yes.
There's 2 kinds of people.
The water boss on the sand ship in Skyward Sword.
Oh, the one from Monsters, Inc.
Yes, I was about to say that.
I read your mind.
The clerk from Monsters, Inc. But yeah, so not in favor of Holly's answer.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to encounter it, but I'd watch other people encounter it.
There's also in Majora's Mask when you have to save the eggs from the murky water when you're Zora.
Oh yeah. There's those giant eels straight from Mario 64.
Yeah, like those terrified me too.
In Mario Odyssey, when they showed up again, I was like, holy crap, they got scarier. Yeah. I would love to see evil dragons, because we have cool, nice dragons.
Oh, like chill. Yeah, they're chill dragons.
Yeah, we got like chill dragons that are like, man, I'm just flying by, just mind my own business, whatever.
Yeah, you shoot them.
Hey, here's a scale. Just take the scale. Oh, I don't need that. It's fine. I'm just gonna go through my portal. I got so many. It's okay. You can have one. I see you in this same spot, standing here every night, and then you shoot me with an arrow. What's with that? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'll still keep coming here. I was actually playing Breath of the Wild the other day when I was farming like Dinroll scales and stuff because I'm trying to upgrade my champions tuning. But anyways, that's. I would like to see also. Some big Dodongos. We haven't seen Dodongos since like
I love Dodongos.
Majora's Mask, pretty much. I want some. We saw them in Hyrule Warriors, and that was cool. I want some big Dodongos.
Breath of the Wild does have the giant skeletons that could have been Dodongos.
Yeah.
Could have been.
What always confused me is like in Ocarina of Time, there's King Dodongo, who's this giant Dodongo. Yeah. But to get to that boss fight, you have to open the skull of a larger...
bigger Dodongo.
Yeah. So it's like...
Yeah.
This one looks like a baby compared to this massive thing. So...
Yeah.
But it looks like...
What's funny is Dodongos, when they start out as little babies, they're like tadpoles.
Yeah.
Right? And then the like adolescent ones, they got 2 legs.
Yeah.
And then the big ones, they have 4 legs. Like, does it keep going? Do they get more?
Yeah. Alright, so Daniel froze. So to recap, we have crazy underwater mini bosses. We have different variations of the Dark Nuts. We have evil dragons. So
yeah.
Holly, did you find a question from the chat?
Yeah, Knock Fox asked if we lost him!
No.
Oh my god, okay, maybe he'll come back. If Ganon regenerated his body in Breath of the Wild, how do you think reborn Ganondorf would have looked like, and how much of a threat would he have posed then?
If Ganondorf would have been in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, if he was Ganon. Oh, hello, sir.
I'm back.
You're back. All right, here. This is our next question. Are we still talking
about the Dodongos?
No, we're over it.
Our final question.
Final question from chat.
Okay.
Knock Fox asked, if Ganon regenerated his body in Breath of the Wild, so if he wasn't like Calamity Ganon or Beast Ganon, how do you think reborn Ganondorf would have looked like, and how much of a threat would he have been? So if he was just Ganon.
I think if it was Gerudo Ganondorf, he would have been almost no threat. Because the Gerudo in Ocarina of Time, like, they looked at him as their king. By the time Breath of the Wild comes around, their leader, who was Urbosa, is, like, everyone knows...
Yeah, they don't want him.
Yeah, like, everyone knows Ganondorf becomes Ganon. Like, Urbosa mentions that, like, legend has it that Ganon used to be one of our own, so this is personal for me. So everyone despises Ganondorf. Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time was the leader of the Gerudo. The Gerudo are a warrior race. So being the leader, the king of a warrior race, it makes sense for that person to be like the general of the army or whatever, which is what Ganondorf was. He was like in charge of the army, I guess, in Ocarina of Time. So he had a lot of power. He had like a connection to the castle. But in Wind Waker, like, he was kind of acting on his own. He was off at his own little island and stuff. Had the goblins and everyone. But in Breath of the Wild, it's like no one cares about Ganondorf. It's like he wouldn't be able, like he would still have the moblins and stuff that follow him.
Yeah,
but he wouldn't have. Yeah, he wouldn't have the backing of the Gerudo army as he did in Ocarina of Time
or the Twilight
games. Yeah, or the Twilight
Princess. Mm-hmm.
So it's like no one in the Wind Waker, like even though it was just Ganondorf by itself, no one could really do too much to him because everyone's separated on their own island. They're like, oh well, he's not here, so why should I care about him? But in Breath of the Wild, everything is on the same landmass. It's all connected. So, like, if Ganondorf posed a problem, they could just send in Daruk, as big as he is, to be like, listen, dude, you need to chill out. Or
calm down. Stop this tantrum, sir.
You don't want me to get Rivali to come in here and break your kneecaps. So just chill out.
Yeah. He'd probably be like,
comes up to you and says, "Don't make me get this other guy." I'd be like, "Who the hell's this other guy? How big is he?"
Well, because like in my head, like Daruk is like the gentle giant.
Yeah.
You know? So like he comes in and like he may look intimidating, but Rivali's the one that's the asshole. He's the one that's like, hey,
gonna fly up in the sky and shoot his little arrows.
Yeah, he's like,
take out the back of your knees.
I'll fly like a mile high in the sky and drop you.
Drop you from the sky.
Oh my god, that's what a terrible punishment. Just like fly up, just drop. Oh my goodness, he could survive, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I guess. What did he look like? Is that more the question?
Yeah, what would he look like? Would he pose a threat?
Oh, okay.
So we don't think he'd pose a threat, because probably if he wasn't Calamity Ganon, he wouldn't be able to corrupt the Guardians. So you'd also just like...
He could potentially take one for himself.
Yeah, he could take one or whatever for himself, but I don't think he'd have like the malice to corrupt them, right? So yeah, he'd probably pose like no threat at all. He'd be like this whiny kid, and everyone's just, well, not a kid, but you know, he'd have like that... You know, shut up, person.
The
Who are you?
Gerudo women are big enough to where, like, a couple of them could just handle the situation themselves.
They just take
They're like, hey, I will crush your skull with my thighs.
Nice. But,
what would he look like?
I'm thinking, like,
I think
you know, he's got his Ganondorf hair, he's got some Guardian armor. That's what I think would be really cool. They'd probably, like, because thematically they'd tie it in with, like, the rest of the game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, he'd probably have some cool Guardian armor. Yeah, that's all I got, really.
Maybe he'd be, like, shirtless or something.
Oh, yeah.
Because Link's, like, bio
You don't...
Yeah, he'd probably be, like...
You have people, like... Yeah. People are fantasizing about Link... shirtless. They're fantasizing about the ripped Amazonian Gerudos. They're fantasizing about the fish people. You don't need a super buff Ganondorf standing there shirtless with all of his abs glistening in the sun.
All of his 8 abs.
Oh, yeah.
He's got an 8-pack.
It's okay, he won't take my love for Sidon away from me.
Have you guys seen that video, like where everyone falls in love with Sidon video? You've seen that, right?
I haven't.
No, I want to.
Where he's like Sidon's like a hunky black man. His voice, and he's like, hey baby. You haven't seen that? No. Oh my god, it's the best thing ever. I'm going to send it to you guys.
We have research for after the podcast.
It is the best video I think I've ever seen.
Kibbs in the chat says Daniel got a little excited there.
Oh, yes, I did. I love Sidon.
It's like the best thing. It's the best thing I think I've ever... It's from Mashed. Mashed did it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Oh my god. Can I post it in chat too? Yeah. Will it work? Yeah. Oh man, if you guys have not seen this, it's so funny. Just watch it. It's literally like someone being like, "Oh, you gotta go find this person," and Link's like, "What? Who is this person?" Or you have to save Zelda. You have to save Zelda, and then he meets Sidon, and he just forgets about Zelda.
Right.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
All right. So, we answered, would he be a threat? What would he look like? I imagine, we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier with, like, by comparison, Ganondorf was always, like, 1 or 2 feet taller than the other Gerudo. So where the Gerudo in this game are already really muscular and they're, like, already 7 feet tall, I imagine Ganondorf would legitimately be, like, 10 feet tall in this game.
Yeah, he'd be pretty big.
Yeah.
Like, he would be almost as
big buff boy.
He would be almost as big as Beast Ganon in Ocarina of Time, where Beast Ganon's like 12, 15 feet tall.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of Ocarina of Time, Ganondorf would, like, almost that big. To where, like, you'd look at him and be like, are you half Goron? What's going on here? And then armor, I imagine it would be something similar to, like, the Twilight Princess and Hyrule Warriors armor set.
Oh, yeah.
But then, like, in the style of the ancient armor, since that is the theme of the game. So, I guess that brings us to the very end of our little Hylian Games cast. So, Daniel, where can people find you?
Right here.
Sweet.
And follow me on Twitter at CaptBurgerson and Instagram too. And also, I do things. Check out my website, burgersonmedia.com. Thank you so much.
One day, I keep having the fear that one day I'll go to your Twitter and it'll be King Burgerson. Like it is on Discord.
I should just change everything over to King Burgerson. But I've had Capt Burgerson for like so much longer.
But the thought, like the fear that I have comes from all of the videos that you've voiced on mine. And it has Capt Burgerson up in the corner.
You're right.
So then, like, they would all be, like, like, out of date, I guess.
It's really embarrassing. Well, it's kind of funny because I chose the capped part, like captain, because there was, like, a solid couple years where my friends all called me the captain, solely because I drank a lot of Captain Morgan's, and I had a cool belt buckle that I got from a Captain Morgan's bottle, and it said the captain on it, and I would wear it every day, and I'd wear it to school. And even though I was like 17, my teachers didn't question it. So,
all right, Miss
true story, kids.
Holly,
stay in school.
Hello.
You are from the Twilight Realm.
Yes.
Because your last name is Wolf, and you have the teeth to match. So.
Yes, that's where you can find me.
I don't.
Yeah.
Why should people care about you?
I don't know why, but you can follow me. Twitter, IG, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook at Holly T Wolf, and then my YouTube is Holly Wolf TV. So those are all my socials. But yeah, I do cosplay and gaming and stuff.
You
girly
also
things too.
Have a Patreon.
Yes, I have a Patreon, which is just Holly Wolf. So, Patreon/Holly Wolf. And I do a lot of cosplay stuff there, a lot of making of my cosplays, as well as lots of other photo shoots and vlogs and extended videos and stuff like that. So, yeah. And be careful, it's not quite PG.
I think
NSFW.
Neither is my YouTube. It's completely demonetized. They hate me.
Do you have any new-ish cosplays that you have finished or are working on that you would like people to look forward to?
Well, I'm shooting my Twilight Princess Zelda when I get back from LA. I have to go to LA this week. And then I also got the shield to go along with my sword for my Guardian Armor Link. Yeah, you want to see it? I'll go grab it.
Yeah, I do want to see it.
All right, one sec. I'll be right back. But it's done, so now I get to shoot that.
I'm actually too excited for this. That's because I have no talent and I cannot make something as cool as that. So.
I just like imagine her running into the dark room and then like a monster like just.
Oh my goodness! She better come out with it already lit so she can. So it's in the dark. Oh no! Guardian Shield Plus. So.
All right, so this is the sword.
Guardian Sword Plus. Oh,
This guy glows.
That's so cool. Oh, it's cool.
So that's the sword.
Fanboying out. That's really cool.
So I've got that guy. So it's USB plugged in. And then the shield also. Here's the shield. So, one sec. Oh, it's got two different... I'm doing more lights. I haven't put them on yet, though. And so that's the shield.
Oh, that's so cool.
So, yeah. So, it's going to be so hard to, like, have both of my hands with all the armor on. But I'll make it work. So, yeah. The LEDs aren't connected yet, though.
I'm jealous.
I know, right?
So, alright, now I can hear you.
Are you selling those once you get...
No.
So you want to mail them? You know, Jesse's in the same time zone as you, so geographically he's closer. But it would be cheaper to mail it to me because you don't have to cross the border.
I don't know if that's how it works out.
Oh, actually, yeah, no. So someone actually made me this sword a few months ago, and then they shipped it to me. And then one of my Patreons actually was like, I would like to make you the shield. So then one of my Patreon supporters made me the shield.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because I posted all my progress on my Guardian armor on Patreon. I post a lot more progress than I do normally to social media. All my cosplay work, everything that I do.
The next time you come on the podcast,
knew I was making it,
we need to get you in one of the cosplays.
Yeah, I'll do a cosplay the next time I'm on. I'll do that. But yeah, no, my whole Guardian armor was... They obviously saw how much work I put into it, so I got offered both the sword and the shield made for me, so that I'm going to shoot it when I get back from LA, and it will be epic. That's why I haven't really shot it yet. That's why you haven't seen much, except for the two photos I took at Comic-Con, so I'll be doing a full set soon.
Insider scoop here. We got behind-the-scenes deets. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I have no talent and will never amount to anything.
Yeah, that makes me...
Whatever.
That makes me, like... As much as I would like to cosplay, that's like, well, I'll never be that good. Might as well not try.
Whatever.
You know what?
It takes a lot.
A significant accomplishment I did. I got a Facebook notifications. People ha-ha'd my Facebook posts 500 times. That's what I did today.
Oh, I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I think you're missing the point. 500 likes on Facebook. Really cool ancient armor Guardian Zelda cosplays.
Oh, look the way the Facebook algorithm's going.
So final question before we end this with your cosplay.
Oh my god.
How much work typically goes in to them?
It all depends on the scale, right? For example, my Guardian armor, it's full LED lit up, blah blah blah. That probably took me 120 hours to complete or so. It depends. It depends what it is. It depends how much you have to sand and prime and paint and stuff. So small projects can take 20 to 30 hours. Then big projects can be like within the hundreds of hours.
All right.
So, yeah.
From the chat, Phil says Jesse should talk cosplay as Tingle, and then PS Killer says Daniel would look good as Link. So,
oh wow,
I should be fake wannabe Link, and then he should be real Link. So
there you go. Good.
Yeah. All right. So Holly, Daniel, thank you both for coming on to this extraordinarily long episode.
Yeah, we always do long ones.
Thank you.
Not the longest episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Thank you, everybody that has joined on the live stream, and thank you, everybody who is watching all of the different segments posted through YouTube. I wish the thousands of people that watch the videos would also watch the live stream, but apparently it doesn't work that well.
No, it's weird.
Yeah. Apparently, like, top 5 Zelda theories is a more enticing headline than podcast.
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 So thank you guys for watching. Thank you both for joining. Daniel at Capt Bergerson. Holly,
it's probably in the corner.
At Holly T. Wolf.
Yep.
Jesse at GameOverJesse.
Wait, who's Jesse?
Tingle.
Okay.
Alright. So bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody!